guys, I'm back at it again right here. I know, not much has changed. I don't have a lot of time to shoot these videos, let alone render them anymore. That on top of not having been able to find the stuff that I need to put my Blu-rays away, not being able to find my camera, it's just been hectic. It's been stupid and annoying, and well, all moves are that way, but thankfully this may be like one of the last big moves that any of us ever has to make again. So that is a good thing. We're in a very nice place now. Pretty cool stuff. I'd love it if things were so much better, but this is real life we're talking about here. You know what I mean? These things happen. I'm cool with it. It's fine. Especially when I get a chance to go do some hunting. I wasn't even planning on doing any hunting, but since they had a deal at Big Lots, 20% off of everything in their store, I went ahead and checked out what they had just to see if there was anything, because I had noted that some of the people that I watch on YouTube were actually able to find some interesting titles at their Big Lots recently. So, you know, while I was there, I figured I'll take a look. And sure enough, I found some Blu-rays here, so instead of $5, 20% off, I paid $4 for each title. Not a bad deal. They're all 20th Century Fox releases. Two of them are Studio Classics. The other one is a classic, but it's not in the Studio Classics line. Okay, whatever. I guess I'll start off with that one, because honestly it's the one that I don't know that much about. I picked it up primarily because of the director, actually, and that would be The 7-Year Itch. Now, I don't have a problem with Marilyn Monroe movies. I don't have a problem with Marilyn Monroe. But, you know, those typically aren't my kinds of movies. I think it's fair to say. But this is definitely, absolutely a classic. And I haven't seen it yet. And for $4, absolutely had to see it. Especially considering it was directed by Billy Wilder, who I absolutely adore. I loved Some Like It Hot. I loved Sunset Boulevard. I love so many Billy Wilder movies that, I mean, it's not a mistake. This guy was a great director. So, sure enough, find this for a really good deal. Damn Skippy, I'm going to pick it up. Even though it's not typically the kind of movie that I would go for, but I don't care, because I'm 99% positive I'm going to love it anyways. Not because of Marilyn Monroe, but because of Billy Wilder. He's such a good director, man. He was such an amazing filmmaker. And so glad to be able to find that for such a good price there. Not something you expect to find at Big Lots, but hey, there it was. Pretty cool stuff. I also found the one that I was most excited about, in fact, The Fly. I have the remake from David Cronenberg. Sorry, I was spacing there, but I have the remake from David Cronenberg, and I, of course, enjoy that. Gotta love some good old Jeff Goldblum craziness. But I never watched the original until last year when I was doing my videos for Halloween and stuff like that, my horror videos for Halloween. So finally got around to watching it. I think I watched it with my friend Brandon, and we both agreed it was a pretty good movie, but it wasn't necessarily something fantastic. I liked it. I didn't think it was like the best movie ever. I still kind of felt like the sequel actually surpassed what the original had done. That being said, it was a very influential movie. It's a very important movie in, you know, horror film history. And I felt at the time, like, if I can find that for a decent price, I'll probably pick it up. $4 is a damn good price for this movie. I mean, heck yeah. I don't know if I'll ever pick up the second movie, The Fly 2, but definitely glad to have this and the remake from David Cronenberg now in my collection. This one, fantastic. Who was it again? Vincent Price? Vincent Price was like one of the major players in this movie, and he did such a fantastic job. So glad to finally have this in my collection. It took some doing, and I had to watch it originally for the first time through like a streaming service. I think I watched it through Amazon. I may be mistaken, it might have been through Netflix or something, but I know I watched it through a streaming service. And while it was nice to be able to do that, after watching it, I knew I wanted it in my collection. I just didn't know how much I was willing to pay for it at the time. $4. I'm definitely willing to pay $4 for The Fly. For any halfway decent movie, I will pay $4 on Blu-ray. Not a bad deal. Like I always say, that's about the price you're going to be paying for a rental. So, not a bad price for to buy it on Blu-ray and own it forever. Last but not least, the last Blu-ray here that I picked up was one that I didn't have a whole lot of interest in, but it was just, you kind of got to get this if you see it on the store shelf for $4. You know what I mean? And that would be Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Irwin Allen's Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and well, classic movie. You know what I mean? Such good stuff. Gotta love it. And it comes with a lot of cool special features as well. I just love these sci-fi movies from this time period where they're using a lot of miniatures and stuff like that in order to create the illusion that something crazy was happening. Even the Poseidon Adventure, which was one of my favorites from like that, the later time period, I guess you would say, of these disaster flicks. This is, I guess, not necessarily a disaster flick, but it's, it's got its roots in there, I think. Regardless, even Poseidon Adventure used miniatures to a certain degree, and they always had an interesting look to them. Some of them were crappy, but others were like incredibly amazing. Maybe not lifelike or anything like that, but there's just something about them that made them so enjoyable to watch, which is why Harryhausen movies were so freaking amazing. Like, there's nothing, a lot of them, there's nothing too great about like the story or anything, but once you get to those scenes, you just kind of in awe regarding what they were able to do with the limited means that they had at the time, what he was able to achieve with the limited means he had, and how terrifying he made it look, regardless of the fact that, you look at it now and maybe it seems a little cheesy, but you think about it in terms of when it came out, and you think about how it looks even today, and you're like, that looks pretty realistic. Not perfect, definitely, you can tell today, not necessarily realistic, but there were elements of what he was able to achieve with that technology that were much more realistic than anything else that had been put out there at the time. So yeah, this is definitely some great examples of that. There are definitely some great examples of that in this movie. I have yet to see it though, so again, $4, not a bad price to pay for a classic movie on Blu-ray that you have yet to see, that you definitely need to. So I was very happy to have found that for such a good price, and quite frankly, all of these classic films on Blu-ray for $4 a piece, that is a steal. That's a great freaking deal. So yeah, very, very happy about that. Not so happy about the fact that I have yet to be able to, get things set up behind me or find my camera to be able to do better videos than this potato quality one, but what are you gonna do? I'm doing my best here, guys. My plan actually is tomorrow, probably gonna try and edit these videos and get them ready to put up on YouTube. And I'm also going to be going back into that garage and trying to find the missing box or boxes, and trying to find the shelves. Because quite frankly, if I can find those shelves, I can start going through all my boxes of Blu-rays and stuff and start putting them up on the shelf and stuff like that. I can't make any progress until I have those freaking shelves, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyways, hopefully things get better in the next week or two, and I can start giving you better quality videos. But until then, gonna have to deal with some potato cam. Very sorry. It's not necessarily potato, but you know, using my phone and there's this horrible glare, like, yeah, I'm sorry. Anyways, that'll do it for me today. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Peace.